Steve Palazzolo on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Let's get into the most important game of the weekend, Cowboys at the Giants. And what are we looking for here? Dak and the Cowboys, New York, much improved last year. Dayball comes in, kind of gets the culture right, makes maybe Daniel Jones what he can be. I'd like to know if you think that's what he is and he's hit his ceiling. But what are you looking for in this game Sunday night, Steve?
Yeah, I think from just an X's and O's standpoint, I think it's how the Cowboys with Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer coming in running the show, McCarthy calling the plays. How do they handle the Giants blitz? Because the Giants, they have Wink Martindale. He blitzes more than any defensive coordinator in the NFL. So they're going to send pressure. They're going to be they are almost always aggressive, week to week. Very rarely do they deviate from that game plan. So I think that's going to be a challenge. And then the Giants' defensive line is really good. Kayvon Thibodeau in year 2 and Dexter Lawrence, who can just wreck games. So I want to see on that side of the ball how the Cowboys protect Dak, what kind of plan they have for the Giants, and then overall just how good are the Giants, because they overachieved last year. They should not have won as many games as they did, but yeah, Brian Daboll, maybe it is a coaching advantage. Maybe they are going to have those edges, and I think that's going to be interesting to see with the Giants, because last year at this time they looked like they were rebuilding. They win all these games, go to the playoffs, win a playoff game, but it still feels like the Giants might be a year away from really competing with the Cowboys and the Eagles in the East.
Okay. Well, all right, so you kind of turned on me there. You talked about how good the Giants were as far as defensive line and how they can disrupt Dak and maybe what they want to do. But then you're like, I'm not quite sold yet. I guess you got to see it again. The line's -3.5. Is that too many?
No, I think that's fair. I think that's about the right spot. I like the Cowboys. I think they'll win. One of those hard-fought NFC East type of games. But I like the Cowboys in this one. They should be the better team this year than the Giants.
Okay, all right. But you're picking the Eagles to win the NFC East, right?
Yeah, I made a crazy Super Bowl pick on our podcast, though. I said I had the Cowboys as a wild card, but I had them going to the Super Bowl. So
what?
Look at that.
Okay, so you've got them winning on the road.
I don't feel great. About it, but I did it.
Oh, man. Most media, well, I don't think they hate them. They just know that, like you and I talked last week, that the Cowboys drive clicks and eyeballs, and that's why you get all these crazy takes on you called them the yelling shows, which I thought was pretty awesome. And I wrote it down this week, and I've referenced it a couple of times. So you picked the Cowboys. Who did you pick out of the AFC? The Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, or somebody else?
Bengals. I went hometown Bengals over the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So somebody will get the win that they've been yearning for years, either Cincinnati or Dallas.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9. The Zone.